Certification of compliance with open meeting law. Someone want to check the door? Roll call.
Clough.
Here.
Rancid.
Here.
Natrip.
Here.
Approve minutes from January 21st, 2023 caucus meeting and February 13th, 2023 town board meeting.
I reviewed both of those, they appear to be accurate, I move to approve.
Second that.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from January 21st, 2023 caucus meeting and February 13th, 2023 town board meeting. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carried. Approve bills as presented.
Again, we've got two, one from the general fund and one from the tax account. Probably will be the last one from the tax account. So from the general fund, Brightspeed, which is our internet, was $117.66. The LRS garbage was $6,717.16. Recycling was $3,063.27. We Energies was $61.46. Northwest Services, there were probably about 6 or 7 invoices altogether. It came to $42,858.25. Transcendent Technologies, which is our pet licensing and our property tax license or system, together was $773. This is the last time we're going to be using that system. The county is developing their own, so we'll see what they charge for that. We have this until October, and then after that we'll be using the counties. Wisconsin Sounds Association, $95 for a financial administration booklet and the town officer's booklet. Jefferson County Highway, $6,095.03 for brine, and signs was $36.88. TS Technology Solutions, there are IT guys, and they helped us get the new computer up and running and loaded with all the software, and were very helpful getting all the kinks worked out. That was $332.50. We had a notice in the paper for testing the machines for the spring primary, which was $14.60. Jonas Office Products, which is the cabinets in there and the countertops, that was $1,843.90. They originally quoted us $2,500 roughly, but because we got lost in the shuffle when they sold out their company to Office Pro, they gave us, I think, quite a nice deal on that. Bender and Larson, the law firm, was $1,825. Winona's salary, $230.87. So I did that backwards. I started on page 2. I'm sorry about that. I'll go to page 3 and then I'll go back to page 1. Natrip's salary was $230.87. Call's salary was $369.40. We had our annual renewal for the insurance. There were annual dues, workers' comp, and then a business ownership policy. It came down to $5,612. Lowry's salary, including expenses for postage for absentee ballots. And I bought the final 6 folding chairs and 2 metal shelving units for the storage room. They came to $3,608.62. And I will go back to page 1, sorry about that. We did have one Northwest Service check for last month that I had missed, and I hooked up with your people. So it was $10,245.25. We did our donation to Powers Memorial Library, which was $3,000. We Energies by the airport was $230.65. We had several folks help us out with the election. Leslie Ott was $180. Mark Montgomery was $36. Susan Halser was $66. Margaret Burlingham was $210. Dawn Ingenthron was $30. Sandy Murphy was $150, and Kay Demler was $57. So then in the tax account, we did our February settlement. So we owed Jefferson County $320,004.77. Lower Spring Lake, the total was $3,094.68. That included what we owed them for their levy we collected and then the special assessments we collected. Blue Spring Lake Management District was $78,170.20. That included the tax levy money we collected and then the special assessment we collected. Fort Atkinson School District was $8,935.89. Palmyra Eagles School District was $496,671.51. MATC was $588.68. Waukesha County Tech School was $22,381.37. And then I transferred what was due for the Palmyra, Town of Palmyra levy, $129,985.19.
Move to approve.
Well, I gotta do a roll call, so
Oh,
Paul,
okay.
Aye.
Bradsett, Natrip,
Aye.
Public comment, none, okay, reports. Treasurer.
Treasurer's report. In the general fund, we had at the, end of February, we had $344,115.23. In the tax account, we had $128,635.92. The LGIP general was $437.02. The fire and EMS was $2, LGIP fire and EMS was $2.75. The airport had $51,006.24, and the LGIP airport was 55 cents. And I will file that.
Highway.
What we talked about today, we got the tree work to do on Tamarack, trees on
Yeah, just some
just low
small
hanging.
amount of overhead.
And then that culvert on Blue Spring.
I'm gonna potentially have the county look at that because we can get, bridge aid for that.
You can get it either way, so.
Pardon?
You can get it
We'll
either
get
way.
it either way, if you
Yeah,
wanna look
but
at it, we can look at it.
Yeah, I might, if it's bad, that might be the way to go, because it's way down deep.
I'll meet you out and we'll look at it, and if you,
I was just gonna try to pull a tire through it, but I had them hotline and didn't wanna go there until then, because I gotta dig the line.
we have, we have money in an account at the county,
So I was gonna say, we got money.
we've got money at the county for that,
Okay,
because we contribute every year and they match that money, so we have money up there to do that.
yep, then that might be a better way for it to go. The only reason I had it hotline is because I can't find the culvert on the other side of the road, so I'm gonna have to dig. I can
I'll
see
meet you out
the
there and we'll look at it.
New power and everything, that should be done.
Yeah, we will,
Tomorrow,
we'll, tomorrow.
See if you can get it.
as it will say.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll probably have the county look at it,
Okay.
because we'd get the bridge aid anyway. Okay, very good. Anything else?
Nope.
You gotta go to Hebron? Emergency management plan?
Really nothing other than we're just working on updating the plan, so it's all up to snuff. And talked to Pete Jensen a little bit, he's the FEMA guy, and he gave me a couple of little pointers of updates that we should be including in that. And they're going to have a meeting, an incident meeting, and I think it's in May or June, but it won't be immediately to it, so whoever's on the board will need to go. Anyway, that's what I'd like for emergency management.
Airport, there's a hearing Wednesday night at the village for the rezone of the airport, so we don't have to get conditional use permits and permits to build hangars or do anything, so I'll be attending that. Fire department? Nobody here, okay. Blue Spring Lake District?
Nothing too new, we haven't tracked down the overage of the sewage pumping. We're still looking at $3,500 to $5,000 a day, or gallons a day.
It's still coming in there from somewhere?
It seems to be from South Shore Drive. We've emailed everybody. I have called, talked to several people, and left messages for several others, but it still seems to be at that level, so we don't know where it's coming. It could be something as simple as a toilet running with a flapper ball up and so forth. That could generate several
Is that the
thousand
pump?
gallons a day.
That much a day? I don't know.
It could.
It's
It's like an
big
open-
toilet.
It's like an open pipe. And we just, you know, I've walked around trying to see if there was water coming out from someplace, and
Is there any such thing as a line where it could be pulling water in from groundwater?
it's possible it could be groundwater, but we had that inspected last year, I believe, maybe the year before, and we didn't have any major intrusions.
Huh.
And we did some repairs where there
Remember
were
that.
some minor
Yeah.
intrusions.
Right.
So, hard to say, we're just trying to track it down.
I had a friend once, her cat flushed the toilet all day long while she was gone.
Oh,
So, yeah, learned how to flush the toilet. So she had to close
Did they
the
send the cat the water bill?
And,
Cats is why they have half horsepower garbage disposals.
That's why she had to close the bathroom door.
It's brutal.
What can I say? Not a cat lover. Going back to roads just quickly, a lot of the signs Jefferson County took care of, but they also reduced the speed limit on Little Prairie Road, and we did not have a resolution.
We don't
to
have
do
an
that.
ordinance for that, no.
We do not. So we need to address that, either generate an ordinance or have them replace the signs. I'm not sure why they did that, but they did.
Well, we really can't do the ordinance tonight because we don't have it on the agenda, but
Right.
it would be basically the same default ordinance that we did for the others.
Tamarack and Hoover.
Yeah, it's just done by default.
Yeah.
There is, and this is just an aside, but the Towns Association is lobbying really hard to allow towns to lower speed limits up to 20 miles per hour below the posted speed if they wish, an ordinance or anything else.
Mm.
So we'll see if that flies. The theory being that the faster you go, the harder it is on the roads.
Absolutely.
And the legislature might let us do this instead of giving us any more road aid.
They don't give you a road rate anyhow, so it don't
Yeah,
matter.
we have continuing complaints from the people on
Yeah.
Little Prairie about
Exactly.
speeding, so
Right.
I'm not upset that the signs are up there,
Yeah,
but
but
we
we
need
do
an
need to
ordinance
address
to
it.
cover.
We'll have to do that.
And it's the same ordinance,
Yeah, same
so
thing.
we could do that.
So that's something that you want.
Well, it'll be on the agenda for next meeting.
Okay.
It'll be a different ordinance number. Building inspector,
We had one electric inspection for a generator, building for a boathouse, an electric for a boathouse, a building for a pole building, an electric for a pole building, and a heating for a pole building. All for $200.90.
Where was the boathouse?
Oh, I figured you might ask that. W 1407 North Blue Spring Lake Road, 1407.
I'll look into that.
is that
Mhm.
correspondence?
We got a thank you card from Powers Memorial Library. It said, "Thank you for hand delivering our funds from the township. We were thrilled to receive a 50% increase on last year's donation. Also, thank you for the personal delivery. We appreciate your generosity, the PML staff." So,
That was a good thing.
yeah, they were very excited.
A lot of town people have library cards.
Do they?
Covered in town, or something like that. Yeah.
I'm in there every other week,
Libraries are fantastic assets to me.
absolutely. And as part of the bridge system, they have access to
Oh, to everything.
multiple,
Sure.
yeah, everything, all the way into Waukesha County.
Yep.
Old business, new business. Discuss and possible action, consider a text amendment to the Jefferson County zoning ordinances for changes and updates to the shoreline provisions in section 11.10. These changes are proposed to bring the zoning ordinance into compliance with recent DNR updates and allow for updated mitigation practices on shoreland properties.
Long thing, we just got 2 minutes. I read it when we first got it, but it's come and gone. It's pretty lengthy, but it addresses a lot of things that have been talked about in the past, and it's all pretty straightforward. You know,
Right.
fence heights, allowing mitigation along the shoreline, what you can do, what you
Right.
can't do. You can't go
No.
plant a whole bunch of trees right next to the
It's
lot.
like shoreland, pretty much updated shoreland mitigations.
It is, it's a number of provisions that have been debated for several years now, and I didn't find anything offensive.
No, I didn't either.
And besides that, it's, county has to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I would move to approve the changes to the Jefferson County zoning ordinances for changes and updates to the shoreline provisions in section 11.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the changes that are gonna be made to shoreline provisions in section 11.10. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Discussion and possible action to consider ordinance 23-001 establishing exemption for treasurer's tax collection bond.
You wanna explain this to us?
Yeah. So, in my free time, I went through the 5,800 emails that were in the inbox, some were as old as 2014, cleaned it all up, and when I did that, I found some emails about the fact that the treasurer has to be bonded, has to have a tax collection bond. And the state allows you one of 2 bonds. One is based on what you take in. And that can be quite expensive because if your levy is higher, you're gonna pay more for the treasurer to be bonded. If you don't want that particular one, they allow you to have an ordinance that exempts you from that bond, and then you can have a bond, because the other thing is, I don't really take money. There's 1 or 2 people that do pay me with money.
Cash.
Cash, yeah. I don't like that. Most of it is checks. So they said what you can do is have this ordinance so that you can have the bond that is a lot cheaper. I think he said it was like $120 a year. So this ordinance allows the town to let their treasurer be bonded with the secondary bond to save some money on it. It only means then that if the treasurer does not use the money the way that it's supposed to be used, the town board is in trouble and has to handle it, take care of it, basically. So,
Do you have that ordinance available?
I do, it's in your packet. It should be in your packet, so.
Oh, it is, yes.
And I'm
Sorry.
not sure why the TV screen went black like that. I can't get it to come back up. I was going to display it for everyone. I've got it plugged in, and I've got it right there, but. So anyway, at Town of Palmyra, Wisconsin, ordinance number 2023-001, ordinance exemption from treasurer's tax collection bond. The town board of the Town of Palmyra, Jefferson County, Wisconsin, has a specific authority under 70.67(2) Wisconsin stats to adopt this ordinance. This ordinance adopted by a majority of the town board on a roll call vote with quorum present and voting and proper notice having been given does hereby ordain as follows. Section 1, purpose. The purpose of this ordinance is that the treasurer of the Town of Palmyra, Jefferson County, Wisconsin, is exempted from giving the bonds specified in 70.67(1) Wisconsin statutes. Further, it is declared intent that this policy shall be enforced in effect upon adoption by the Town of Palmyra, Jefferson County, Wisconsin, with the purpose of complying with 60.31(4) Wisconsin statutes. Section 2, adoption of ordinance. Pursuant to authorization under 70.67(2) Wisconsin statutes, in case the Town of Palmyra treasurer fails to pay all taxes of any kind required by law to be paid by said treasurer to the Jefferson County treasurer, the town board of the Town of Palmyra, Jefferson County, Wisconsin, by this ordinance hereby obligates itself to pay such taxes. Section 3, effective date. This ordinance shall take effect immediately upon passage, posting, and publication as provided under statute 60.80 Wisconsin Stats. Within 1 week of passage of this ordinance, the town of Palmyra clerk shall mail or deliver a copy of this ordinance to the Jefferson County Treasurer's Office, and then it's adopted, posted, and the 2 signatures.
What's the difference in the price of the two,
Well, I don't think he could really give me like a set number on the top.
because it varies
Because
depending
it
on the
varies
revenue.
on
So it's quite a bit more, it's hundreds more.
Yeah, and it could vary from year to year.
I thought we did this one paid.
Boy, I don't remember.
I couldn't find one.
There's not, I don't think there's any on this one.
When this came up back last summer, I guess it was,
Yeah.
I did review those ordinances, and it just makes sense to go in this direction. Basically, if the treasurer isn't responsible, then the town
Town
board
is.
is responsible. So either way, it's a push. I move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to do an ordinance 2023.-001, establishing exemption from treasurer's tax collection bond. Any more discussion?
Need a roll call.
Roll call vote.
Call?
Aye.
Francis?
Aye.
Natron?
Aye.
So then you get this posted and
Yep.
published and
Yep.
we're good to go. Okay, good. Discussion possible action to send out a letter to the town residents explaining the referendum on the April 4th ballot about the town moving from a caucus to a non-partisan primary.
I asked for this because I've gotten calls from people that don't understand the difference, and some people that didn't understand what caucus was, and I think if we could have a simple letter explaining what a primary is, what a caucus is, so that people understand it. There's something that I found online, and I didn't print it off, but it has the pros and cons. You know, they take a little history of the caucus in the state of Wisconsin, which is quite old, you know, and just the pros and cons of each.
This is what more towns are doing now.
Yeah, but I think we need,
Primary.
I think we need an explanatory letter because people don't know what
Absolutely.
they're voting on.
No, they don't.
So that was just my thought. And Laura and I could come up with a letter, and I don't think it would be that difficult to do. It should be a one-pager. Well, I don't think it has to get too complicated, but
I've got all the information on nomination of candidates by caucus and by primary.
right.
And what are the benefits? What are the benefits of going to a primary? I know that you're very much in favor.
Well, but I wouldn't put that in the letter that I'm in favor of.
No,
I just
no,
think
but
more people can participate. And let's say we schedule our primary for the 21st of January, like we did this year, which is the last possible date. We have a snowstorm on the 21st of January. A lot of people don't get to it. We had a big turnout this year. I remember years when we had 6 people show up. So I think there is a better chance for more people to participate. And that's, the more people participate, the better.
in a primary.
In a primary, that's my thoughts. I like the caucus in a way, but I think that's just I think it's interesting, but the primary, I just think offers more opportunity for participation.
Okay, I would suggest that between you and Lori, you draft that letter and send it to the board.
And send it to
So-
Al too.
And Al as well, so we can take a look
And
at
then you
it.
guys
But I
can-
think it's a great idea,
Then you guys can respond to Al.
yeah,
Don't respond,
right?
we can't.
And it is a referendum, maybe nobody wants it.
Yeah, oh, yeah, but it is a binding referendum.
It would
If
be
passes,
It is binding,
That happens,
yes.
so we would include that in the letter so people understand. We're not just looking for opinions, do you want it or don't you?
Right.
I move to approve.
I'll second.
It's been moved and approved. The town moving from caucus to nonpartisan primary, and it'll be on the April 4th ballot.
Well, that's already on there, but.
It's on there, but it'll be voted on April 4th, and the town residents will get a letter.
Yeah, the motion is to send a letter.
The motion is to send the letter. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, no, motion carried.
Move to adjourn.
Second. So moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting, all in favor? Aye. Aye, opposed, no, motion carried, meeting's adjourned.
TV here. Why couldn't get the TV to come back up? And it takes me off. Yeah, I think it is. Problem exists between